in general, when we deal with the concept of a chumrah, stringency, what's very important is how we balance a chumrah with the halacha. In other words, we're dealing with a particular mitzvah, and that mitzvah has halachos and chumros. How we balance the two is very important, and that will determine if our service of God is skewed or being done in a proper way. I want to bring this out with an interesting idea that Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky once said with regard to a fundamental idea of something the Ramban speaks about. The Ramban raises the issue why Yaakov married two sisters. Since the Chazal say that, the Gemara says that the Avos and the Emos kept the whole Torah even before it was given, how is it that Yaakov married two sisters, which according to the Torah is not permitted? So the Ramban comes up with an interesting answer, which sort of puts light on his whole view of living in Eretz Yisrael. He says that the Avos did keep all the mitzvahs, but only in Eretz Yisrael. In Chutz La'aretz, they actually did not keep all the mitzvahs, and therefore Yaakov Avinu was able to marry two sisters, and when he came back to Eretz Yisrael, one of the sisters passed away. For that reason is that he couldn't be married to two sisters, so Rachel passed away. Rabbi Yaakov actually comes up with a different approach. He has a very original idea here. He says that even if the Avos kept the mitzvahs before they were given, they didn't keep them as mitzvahs, they kept them as chumros, because the way people functioned in those days, the laws that they used were called derech eretz, right? As the Gemara says, derech eretz, the Medrash says, derech eretz kodmo haTorah chafaf doros. Derech eretz came before the Torah 26 generations, meaning that till Matan Torah, people were fulfilling their mitzvos, all the different making society function, that is, through derech eretz. So same as for the Avos, they were living al pi derech eretz, meaning the ways of the land, through seichel, how we come to a functioning society, and that's the way the Avos lived. But besides that, they kept the whole Torah. The Torah they kept, he says, is a chumrah, and therefore, since he promised to marry Rachel, and she was waiting for this marriage 7 years, and it would have been a tremendous letdown for her that she didn't get to marry Yaakov. Therefore, al pi derech eretz, he was obligated to marry her, right? And the fact that he didn't fulfill the Torah, meaning he married two sisters, that was basically like a chumrah. And Yaakov felt, in a case where he's obligated al pi derech eretz to marry Rachel, he can't push her aside because of a chumrah called the mitzvahs of the Torah. So basically what Rabbi Yaakov is saying is there has to be a balance here, right? And even in the time of the Avos knew the balance. When to be machmir, when not to be machmir, right? In the case where derech eretz in some shape or form would be challenged, they would not be machmir and keep mitzvahs. When it wouldn't be challenged, they would be machmir and keep mitzvahs. And that's extremely important that we know. With the same thing with chumras in our days, right? We have to know really how to balance the chumrah so our Judaism doesn't become imbalanced and skewed and not really the type of service that a Kadosh Baruch Hu would like.